کنفرانس در واشنگتن. سیاست آمریکا در خاورمیانه و ایران، حفاظت از اشرف. 2 ژوئن 2011، 12 خرداد 1390.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here. It's a pleasure to see a number of you that had the opportunity to interact with while at the State Department, and pleased to join this distinguished panel. And I would argue fundamentally that the best way to affect change in Iran is to continue to support very aggressively, very vocally, and very concretely the remarkable change that is occurring across the region. In essence, answer a question that ultimately, must be posed to the leadership in Tehran. If in Tahrir Square, why not in Tehran? And I actually am cautiously optimistic that change is inevitable. The change that we're seeing in the Middle East cannot be reversed. The Middle East cannot go back to where it was. Now, that's not to say that change is inevitable. We're all obviously already seeing a counter-revolution, if you will. What we're seeing in the Middle East is a revolution, but it also involves evolutions, if you will, that obviously the governments in Tunisia and Egypt were caught by surprise. But in Syria, in Bahrain, in Tehran, even in China, they're not being caught by surprise. They're now responding aggressively to what they're seeing, and ultimately the best policy that the United States and the national community can have is to do whatever it takes to promote the kind of change that we want to see in the Middle East, and ultimately, whether it's sooner, we hope, that change will inevitably come to Tehran as well, because Tehran is not immune to what we're seeing going on in Tahrir Square. But inevitably, with the reality of the 21st century, the connectivity that people have, the connectivity that we did see in the 2009 election in Iran that was stolen from the people of Iran, the power of the young people, many of you who are here today, these are the agents of change. They cannot be denied. They can be delayed, but they cannot be denied. Now, when you look at what's happening in the Middle East right now, obviously we will see new governments in Tunisia and Egypt. They will not be perfect. And I think as we look for historical parallels, I'm approaching my 60th birthday, so in my lifetime, among the seminal events, obviously was the events between 1989 and 1991, and I do think there are some important parallels. Now, what should U.S. policy be, going forward? I just left the administration 2 months ago. I was standing at a podium much like this as the events were happening in Tunisia and Egypt and beginning in Libya at the time I left. Obviously, the United States was cautious, and there's been some criticism of the administration's caution, both in the context of